Hello everybody and welcome. Just making sure this is live. Yep, okay, good. So, big game of football today as Wales take on Denmark in the first round of 16 game. The ante has been considerably upped from the group stage games, where only a third of the teams were eliminated. Now, doesn't matter what you did in the last games, the slate is wiped clean. Win 4 games in a row, you are champions of Europe. No matter what. Lose 1 game, you are out. Well, Wales got through their Group A with relative ease, coming second behind Italy, who were far and away the best team, but ahead of both Switzerland and Turkey, whereas Denmark battled, and despite just getting 3 points, that last day win against Russia 4-1, saving them after 2 losses against Finland and Belgium. Now they're off to Amsterdam, 2 sets of fans. And 16 will become 15 when this match is over. Denmark champions in 1992, whereas Wales, their best finish was 5 years ago, 2016, when they got to the semi-final stage. Well, let's have a look at the teams, starting with Wales, who go with a 3-4-3 again. Oh, sorry, they've moved from a 3-4-3 to a 4-2-3-1. Danny Ward keeps his place in goal. And Connor Roberts is a right back rather than right wing back because of the shift. Rodon keeps his place. Mepham comes in for Gunter. Obviously, the suspended Ampadu is out. Ben Davies comes back in for Neco Williams as well. Morrell and Allen taking the place in the middle of the park, and an extra forward to replace the suspended Ampadu. James Ramsey and Bale will survive, and Kiefer Moore comes back in as the main forward. Denmark won 4-1, and Kasper Schmeichel survives from that team, as does the back three of Christensen, Captain Kerr and Vestergaard. But Wass is replaced, and he's not even on the bench, so I suppose it must be an injury. Strigo on that right wing back. Højbjerg, Delaney and Myler do keep their places in the middle of the park, though. Damsgaard switches to the right. Dolberg replaces Poulsen up front, and Braithwaite switches to the left. So, a few injury problems for Denmark. No Poulsen, no Eriksson still, and no Wass. But that's where we are. Kickoff is in 55 minutes, and as I said, after this, it will be all over. Two fairy tale stories, really, all things considered. How Denmark recovering and getting through after what happened to Christian Eriksen. I'll say hello if you are watching. Ready for the game. Any predictions and questions you have before it starts would be appreciated. Obviously, it's been difficult for fans to get to Amsterdam. The Wales fans in particular, I know, had problems getting in. That 4-1 win over Russia is the reason Denmark are here after 2 losses. It's every team in the group getting 1 win and 2 losses, apart from Belgium, who won every game. Belgium far and away the best team in the group. Does look quite empty in Amsterdam right now. Of course, as I said, there have been problems travelling to and fro for fans in this tournament. Well, hopefully it will start to build up as we approach kickoff. I know pubs and bars and restaurants and big screens everywhere across the 2 countries will be completely sold out. Packed today. Wales, of course, known mostly for the adjacent sport of rugby, but football really taking over, it seems, in that place. Of course, the game being played at Johan Cruyff Arena, which is where Christian Eriksen used to ply his trade, although it was called the Amsterdam Arena back then. And I suppose that might mean that the Dutch Uh, People that have travelled to watch some European football played in their local area, and will probably be supporting Denmark. Kickoff will be coming up soon enough. Remember, later today we have another fantastic offering for you: Italy versus Austria, in what is expected to be the most one-sided game of the round of 16. But we'll see about that. And the Euro round of 16 continue. Tomorrow, Netherlands v Czech Republic, Belgium v Portugal. Monday, Croatia v Spain, France v Switzerland. And on Tuesday, England v Germany, as well as Sweden versus Ukraine. So, for the next 4 days, well, this one included 2 matches a day at 5 and 8 British time, or 6 and 9 Central European time. And that would be exciting. Just thinking about Wales, often not so fancy. I know the Turkish were fancied in that Group A to go through with the Italians, but it just didn't come off for them in this tournament. And Wales celebrating against Switzerland, that 1-1 draw, which it didn't really deserve, but they got the shot. But then a very impressive performance against Turkey, that they deserved to go through based on that. Despite that loss against Italy, 1-0, the fact that it was only 1-0 meant the goal difference was good enough for them to go through. So yeah, even though a couple changes from the game against Italy. It should be noted that Wales's team reverts to the same one that beat Turkey. Such a big game. Wales, one of the most historic football teams there is, but what a big international trophy for. Here's their manager, Rob Page.
In the group stages, why?
Because of that reason. I thought it was a positive performance against Turkey. We had to change it slightly to get the job done against Italy. But we revert back to that. It's knockout stage now, and we want to get the best 11 out there, compete, create chances, and have a goal.
When you brought Kiefer Moore on against Italy, you told him to jump without using his arms. Is he allowed to use his arms today?
Absolutely. He's full tilt tonight. The gloves are off, and they've got to respect what we're on, but we absolutely respect them. We don't fear them, we respect them, and they've got to do the same to us. And Kiefer's a big part of that.
Your big players performed against Turkey. Bale and Ramsey made a huge contribution in that game. You need that again today from them.
Yeah, we need everybody to turn up tonight. You know, Denmark are not here by fluking it. They're here for a reason. They're here because they're a very good outfit. You know, all 11 will absolutely compete, and we have to match that first and foremost, and we have the right to play. If we think we're just going to turn up and get the ball down and have it all our own way, then we're in for a rude awakening. So I've given them the warning. We know what we've got to do to earn the right to play, and then on paper, you've seen what we've done before, the chances we've created against a good Turkish team, albeit different opposition tonight, but we know there's goals in the team.
It's knockout football. It's different to the group stages. How's your focus changed?
Well, we know the importance of it, of course. You know, it's not about gaining points now, it's about gaining wins. And if it has to go to extra time and penalties, we're fully prepared. We know there's a sixth substitution that we can use. We've already written changes that we foresee, maybe potentially different circumstances. So we'll see how the game goes, and hopefully we get the job done in 90 minutes and we don't need the changes.
And what about this atmosphere? It feels like another home game for your opponents, doesn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, probably the supporters that have come out in numbers to travel. Disappointing that we can't get more. It's a great atmosphere. It's a shame we're not allowed to get our supporters out here, but it is what it is. We've faced it before. It's not fair, but there you go. We can't grumble about it. It is what it is. We get on with it, get the job done.
Good luck tonight.
Cheers.
Well, it's interesting, isn't it, Mark? That obviously he's gone back to that.
So that is Wales interim manager Rob Page discussing his team selecting. Of course, the actual Wales manager is due to a court case, he is suspended from management. So 40 minutes till kick-off. Say hello if you're watching. Got any questions before the game? Well, at this tournament, Daniel James has the highest average distance carried with the ball was 16.2 metres. That's in 27 ball carries. Obviously a player with extreme pace down that left-hand side. Although today he may be deployed down the right instead. That's what it says on UEFA's website. We shall see. Of course, it's a battle between teammates in goal today. Danny Ward, who plays as Leicester's number 2 goalie, against Kasper Schmeichel, who's their first choice. And here is Wales shot stopper, Danny Ward.
Kasper Schmeichel, your club mate in the other goal. Have you spoken to him ahead of this game?
No. Listen, we spend a lot of time together, so obviously he knows how I work and I know how he works. But on Saturday you have to remove all emotion from whether it's club mates or whatever past previous relationships. You just got to go on the pitch and do everything you can to get a win for your side.
Have you got anything to prove this weekend?
No, I don't think so. Not to myself anyway, and the people who know me. I've always seen myself as a number 1. It's just I feel like it's been unfortunate. Mentally it's been tough, to keep going every day, but at the same time I can't have any complaints because Kasper's been an unbelievable servant for Leicester, and his form since I've arrived at the club 3 years ago has kind of been a testament to maybe how much I pushed him. But no, I'm not the manager, I don't pick the team anyway. Hopefully I've given him a little bit more to think about after this last month or so.
How much of a boost has it been to be told by Rob Page that you're the number 1?
Yeah, massive lot of confidence, especially when Wayne's got so many caps for Wales and he's got the record for clean sheets. I must say Wayne's been amazing. From day one since they came in, never mind. Since getting the nod to play, he's ultimate professional and a top fellow. Everyone's part of this amazing group, so it's not about just one person.
Father's Day in Rome. After the game, you were on your phone. Tell us who you were speaking to, what you were talking about.
I was speaking to my partner and my little boy. Obviously it's tough being away. Second Father's Day, but it's one I definitely won't forget. It was just a spur of the moment thing, really. We managed to just qualify again out of the group for the second time in the history for us in the Euros. It was just an unbelievable feeling. I want to share it with my son and my partner. And then being Father's Day, obviously I had to speak to my old man as well. So an amazing moment, and like I've said previously, it's a Father's Day that I certainly won't forget, and I don't think my father especially won't forget it. We came in with an expectation to get out of the group. We've achieved that, everything now, we just want to enjoy it. There's no pressure, get ourselves off the reins and go and attack each game now. I'll keep saying, but we really don't want to go home.
Listening to
So
Welsh
that
fans
is,
talking on the radio things about me. Ask the question.
Wales goalie Danny Ward. And he starts today. Let's have another look at the team, starting with Wales. So you go with the 4-2-3-1, Ward in goal, as I said. Back 4 of Connor Roberts, Rodon, Mepham and Davies. Morrell and Allen are behind James, Ramsey and Captain Bale in the midfield. And Moore starts up front. For Denmark, Schmeichel starts in goal. It's a back 3 of Christensen, Kerr and Vestergaard. Kerr is captain. Striger, Højbjerg, Delaney and Mæhle are the midfield 4, and the front 3 of Damsgaard, Dolberg and Braithwaite.
Really good decision making, and he's ultimately offered a really strong base for Wales to build on and ultimately grow through the tournament.
The other end of the pitch, you might ask me about Casper Schmeichel. Uncle Mark, were you back in the day when you two were looking at Old Trafford together?
Yeah, I've known Casper for a long, long time. Firstly, as a really good smashing balls down the corridors and trying to avoid the warnings in it. So he's always in there with abuses. Likes my boys as well.
It is an interesting subplot to the game, I suppose, that Battle of Leicester Keepers, but really it's about Wales v Denmark. How far can these two teams go? In this game, in Johan Cruyff Arena, the winner will play in Baku, the quarter-final between the Netherlands and the Czech Republic. Of course, Wales have already gone to Baku and left it with 4 points. Imagine leaving it with a second consecutive semi-final in the European Championships at Wembley, potentially against England. And that would be something. And if England and Wales just win their next 2 games, it would be a reality. Of course, Kasper Schmeichel's dad, Peter Schmeichel, played in Denmark's greatest hour, the final of the UEFA Euro 1992 Championship. Of course, Denmark didn't even qualify for the tournament that year, but because Yugoslavia were having a pretty nasty civil war at the time, they were blacklisted from pretty much everything, including international sport. Although I remember split in chess at the time, Bobby Fischer holding a sort of unofficial world championship against Nigel Short. Was it Bobby Fischer? No, I think it might have been Gary Kasparov. Anyway, it was in Yugoslavia when they were blacklisted, but in official competitions, such as the Euros, Yugoslavia were blacklisted, and Denmark, who came second in their qualifying group, were added instead. And it was hosted in nearby Sweden. They got through their group with a win against France in the final game. And then they beat the Netherlands on penalties. It was Kasper Schmeichel's dad, Peter, who saved Marco van Basten's penalty, which got them through to the final, where they beat Germany 2-0. And that night in Gothenburg, I don't think it will be ever forgotten in the Danish memory. Certainly not for a long time. Not just amongst football fans. Imagine if Wales had a moment like that. half an hour. Until kick-off in this game. New stories being written by the Danish and Welsh teams, but certainly both teams have a rich footballing history if they need any more inspiration than a place in the quarter-finals.
Denmark may have been defeated twice in the group stage, but they've lost just 4 times in their last 38 matches. Their sterling elevation has been the brilliant work in September for Michael Dansgaard. The 28th performance shows a convenience of East Premier clubs.
Here is Michael Damsgaard of Denmark.
Jeg tror med det her hold, så kan vi lykkes med det.
Just, he was saying before the game that even though they'd lost 2 games, they still thought they could succeed with this team. Of course, that's exactly what happened. That crucial 4-1 win over Russia, which took them through as runners up. And Damsgaard got a goal. He's the youngest player for Denmark to get a goal at a major tournament. And out he starts again. Just 20 years old. And has 3 goals, making his 6th cap today. And he has 3 assists as well. He'll need to shine again today. So 6 goal involvements in 5 caps. That's 1 every 56 minutes. Only Skov Olsen has more in his 8 caps. Well, that's mostly because he's been appearing from the bench.
He's got a kind of audaciousness, a confidence that comes, I guess, with youth, doesn't it? If we can almost realise where they are. And you score a goal like that, and you think that might be what everyone talks about. But no, Andreas Christensen is UEFA's goal of the round.
Fantastic start. I think when your centre half is doing this for the team, you know something special is happening. I think Ashley would have been disappointed with his keeper if that flowed in, but he strikes with such force.
25 years since Denmark lost that crown in 1996 as European Championship. 25 minutes until they have a chance to get one step closer to winning it back by beating Wales. The road to the final. Well, it's long and hard for Denmark, but they are on in the easy side of the draw. It was a bit of a shame. I understand why. It is a bit of a shame the game is in Amsterdam instead of Copenhagen or Cardiff, both venues that have provided an amazing atmosphere, but we still have some games that I think will provide that, including England versus Germany and Wembley, and semi-finals and finals also at that location. But we shall see. It is mad to think that some of these smaller countries that are in this stage, like Wales and Switzerland, are just 4 games away from being champions of Europe. A lot of Denmark fans in Amsterdam. They'll dominate the support. About 15 to 20,000 according to BBC correspondent Robbie Savage, of course a former Wales player. But it should be said that when Wales played a partisan crowd in Turkey, against Turkey and Azerbaijan, that didn't stop them. It was interesting that Savage was able to get into the stadium and the Welsh fans couldn't. I know that it has given them a little bit of a chip on their shoulder. I suppose there's some justification behind that. But it is what it is.
once again, the Welsh boys are just not reacting to the ball. They're reacting to the ball rather than mine. So we need to tighten that. Yeah. But again, I think it's lessons that they can learn from. I think they would have taken away from that game. They would have analysed the opposition again. They were playing against top players in that game. And again, there's going to be movement by the Denmark team. It really hurt Wales, but again, they are reacting in line with the players, making sure that they're not setting us to the ball. It means that again, as a defensive unit, the Welsh team can allow the platform to ultimately go on.
And Joe Rogan, a real positive view of that game.
Yeah, I was seeing his results on him, and he had a great game against Italy again. I think that he's growing in confidence. You can just feel it with it. I've said before that he's going to be an important player for Wales for the next however many years. And there's some great clips of him in the last game, especially. If you look, this is the second half, bang, another goal, strong header.
Well, with Italy doing so well in the tournament, convincing 3-0 wins against Turkey and Switzerland, I suppose. The fact that with 10 men they kept the score down to 1-0 is a very good sign. Wales surprising me, I must admit. Didn't tip them this time around. But their stars have picked up and the supporting cast have all done their bit soon.
Well, Peter Moore is back in the Wales side today after starting a couple of games on the bench. His manager wanted to prevent him getting on a booking and being suspended for this one, so when he brought Moore on, he gave him quite a long instruction.
He's one of those players, unfortunately, that could accidentally get a booking. And like I said, he did. Watching him jump was just, hysterical.
And then just to cement the message, how captain gave him a
So that was Rob Page talking about Kiefer Moore against. So he'd already picked up a yellow card again in the game against. I think it might have been the game against Turkey, and obviously if you get 2 yellow cards, you get suspended. So he was benched and brought on as a sub, but told not to bring his arms up, and it was quite funny to see him jump. I don't think that restriction will be placed on him today. Got that crucial goal against Switzerland by jumping, arms and all. They'll need him. One of 5 Wales players playing in the second tier of English football, alongside Roberts of Swansea, Mepham of Bournemouth, Morrell of Luton and Allen of Stoke. There are no second tier players in Denmark's squad. Well, in the last 2 European tournaments, the most chances created, Ramsey and Bale with 13. The next duo is De Bruyne and Lukaku with 12 for the same country. That's a weird stat that appeared on my screen. I don't even really know what that means, to be honest. But well, I kind of do, but it's just weird. Anyway, here's an interview with Wales captain Gareth Bale.
That longevity going between you two, because you're sort of picking up, aren't you, from 2016 in France and bringing it into this party as well?
I think when we get to the big tournaments, we enjoy ourselves. We want to be
testing ourselves against the best players on the biggest stage again. So yeah, something that we enjoy doing, and hopefully we can take it into the next games.
But do you work on it a lot in training, or is it because you know each other so well that you just know each other kind of inside out?
We don't work on it too much in training, more what we work on as a team unit, more defending and what we're going to do. But I think when you have good players on the pitch and you see space, you pick each other out. So yeah, just something we've been doing for a while, and we just picked up where we left off.
That bit of magic between them, that understanding they've got, it gives us that edge.
So that was Bale discussing his partnership with Ramsey.
You unleashed yourself on them. You were kind of rolling back the years. Russia 2016.
Ramsey weaving it through to Bale, he's onside.
We knew it was such a big game, like the Russia game was in 2016, that we had to win. And yeah, I think we know the character and the belief in the squad, and yeah, we kind of just let it all go.
Everybody brings something to our squad, but they are the star quality that we've got.
They're still capable of being world-class players, and they're more than showing it.
Two breaks, and I do think generally it just had a knock-on effect on the whole team and then reigned every game really.
It's all right, because you brought that back into it as well, but it just seems to have taken on another level this time.
For me, it was important not just to get the players, but to get everybody involved. Kind of gives that togetherness that we need through the whole camp. It's important to get everybody involved in it, and I think when we do that huddle on the pitch, it really shows the togetherness, not just in the players, but in the whole group. To know that kids now are watching their country back in Wales playing a major tournament is massive. It's something I missed out on, and hopefully that will inspire that generation to play more football, and hopefully in years to come that will make the national team stronger.
Robert Page and his players can be very, very happy with the group stage.
I think always the perception of Wales is maybe we're the underdogs and people will write us off. It's something that we use to our advantage to prove people wrong, and yeah, I'm sure it'll be the same again. I think people will put us as underdogs against Denmark, but it's up to us to put that fighting spirit on the pitch and yeah, keep everyone quiet and hopefully get through to the next round.
Well,
So,
we never
that's,
question Gareth Bale's passion for
Wales captain Gareth Bale, and the game is nearly start. I can see in the background the well, I don't really know what to call it, you know, the big shirts they pull out, and give a little spin about, of course the Danish one with the name Eriksson in it. Less than 10 minutes to go now. Yeah. Two sets of warriors, Celtic and Viking, about to do battle. in the Dutch capital at Amsterdam. The ceremonies are about to end. The players are about to come out. So, 2016 semi-finalists versus Denmark, who are UEFA European Championships ever present, really. Of course, their greatest day in 1992. Also reached the semi-finals in 1964 and 1984, but missed out in 2016 and 2008. In 2012 got knocked out in the group stage as well. Can they get to the quarter-finals for the first time since 2004? By the way, what a tournament that was, Euro 2004. However, that's the last time they got to quarter-finals of any major championship. Denmark and Wales fans are ready. Good to see that some white, green and red Welsh flags are in the stadium. I guess people that must be living in Amsterdam or in Europe anyhow, and the Wales players are out of the tunnel. Referee takes the ball. The road to Wembley really starts getting going here. And yeah, the Wales players are jeered out of the tunnel. We know who this crowd is supporting. They want another Danish fairy tale. But the Denmark players will have to deal with Welsh resistance. Even though most Welsh fans will be watching it in bars and clubs, they're still proud of their country. The two sets of national anthems, starting with Denmark.
Today's opponents for Wales.
So that is the Danish national anthem. But next will be the anthem of Wales. It might not be as loud, but it certainly doesn't have any less meaning. Well, Wales' European fairy tale, built on the block set by Gary Speed, carried on by Chris Coleman, and now the baton is with Rob Page. They have to take on a Denmark side who know what it means to win these big tournaments. They've had that feeling in 1992, but this is a completely new generation. Let's have a look at the teams one more time. Danny Ward starts in goal for Wales. It's a back four of Roberts, Rodon, Mepham and Davies. Morrell and Allen play behind James, Ramsey and Captain Bale in midfield. Kiefer Moore returns up front. It's Moore, Allen, Davies and Mepham, as well as Gunter, who's on the bench. All of them are 1 yellow away from suspension. Ethan Ampadu is serving his suspension right now for that red card against Italy. Daniel Siebert of Germany is our referee today. The VAR team is fully German as well. And the FA of Wales presenting the Denmark team with a signed shirt from the Welsh team saying Christian, get well soon. Kasper Schmeichel starts in goal for Denmark. It's a back three of Christensen, Captain Kjær and Vestergaard. Striger, Højbjerg, Delaney and Myler are the midfield four. It's a front three of Damsgaard, Dahlberg and Braithwaite. Damsgaard and Delaney as well as Jensen on the bench. All a yellow away from being suspended. And no Eriksson, Was or Poulsen for Denmark. All three of them out for various reasons. So that means 23 players available, so nobody misses out on the squad. The Wales players taking a knee against discrimination and racism. Hopefully a problem that one day won't be associated with football. But we are off for the knockout stages of UEFA Euro 2020. Finally down to business. And two teams that know what this means. Immediately Denmark with a long ball forward. It's a good sliding tackle from Mepham to prevent Braithwaite getting forward. I was just updating my graphic and heard a roar. I thought Denmark might be in for a second. Well, they do have a throw-in deep into Welsh territory, and the Danish fans make themselves heard. So the throw-in's in. It's taken to Højbjerg, but Denmark forced backwards. Here's Schmeichel. Long ball played forward, but only headed onto a Welsh player. It's with Myler. Plays it back to Delaney. Has a cross in the box, but it's blocked. It's back with Delaney, who's forced backwards further to Kjær. He plays a long ball out to the right. Out forward throw-in. Searching for Striger. Larsen. Now Rob Page giving his instructions. His stock must have risen in this tournament, eh? Manager mostly in England's lower leagues. That's his pedigree. Wales assistant manager. But he has achieved the target of getting to the knockout stages. And how much farther can they go? Well, Wales come forward. Here's Morrell. Allen. Oh, it's a good ball down the left to James. and he just couldn't control it. And I think if James had controlled that, he could have been in there. As it is, it's out for a Denmark throw-in, and they have it at the back. It's with Mæhle. Long ball. Touched by Rodon, but only to a Denmark player. They're still playing it around the back. It's with Christensen. And Denmark come forward. It's with Bale. Moore. Bale. Morel, Ramsey. Out wide again. Roberts. Free kick to Wales in their own half that Ramsey will take. Yep, just pulled down by Delaney, a little bit soft, but it was a foul. Although if that was given as a penalty, I think there would be a few complaints. So, Wales 0, Denmark 0. First set piece of the game, one that can be played into the box. James is standing over it, as is Morrell. Oh, sorry, not Morrell, Allen. And eventually, James takes it. Oh, it's headed. Well, it missed everybody. And I don't think Mepham was expecting it. He did get a head on it. It came off Kerr, I think, and went wide. Looks like taking the wind out of Kerr's sails there. Bit of pinball in the box, actually. But yeah, came off Kerr last. Corner kick, which Allen will take. And again, Allen actually leaves it and James takes it. Either way, it's headed away. Never get why you'd have two people standing over the corner. But anyway, here's James. Cross is blocked, out for a throw-in. Wales still have it deep into Denmark's half, but overall a pretty disappointing set piece. Roberts will take the throw-in. And Ramsey is dispossessed by Mæhle and eventually trying to win it back. Morrell fouls Damsgaard. Kasper Hjulmand watching on. Ball's played long from the throw-in. Here's Braithwaite. Out wide. Still with Braithwaite. Striger Larsen. Bien. Kerr. Ball's played out wide. Braithwaite. Cross headed away. Here's Vestergaard. Kerr. Well, still goalless. 7 minutes in. Not been that big chance yet. Remember, extra time and penalties are a major possibility today. So, Ward. with the ball. Takes it long. Denmark win it back, side away, and here they come. Here's Dolberg racing into towards Wales's box, but decides to take a long shot, and it's high and wide. Goal kick. So, 8 minutes in, it will be a goal kick for Danny Ward to take. Takes it long, but headed by Vestergaard. Although it's Moore that picks it up. Just couldn't hold up play there, and he's lost out. But Denmark's counter-attack is tame. It's been a game that has not been played much in midfield yet. And we'll see how that battle develops over time. Bale is coming forward on the right wing now, though. Can he put a cross in? He can, but it's a bit deep. Allen collects it. Wales can recycle possession here. Another ball put into the box. But again, misses everyone. Goes all the way to Bale on that right-hand side. A third cross is also unsuccessful. This one half cleared by Denmark, but Wales do still have it in the Danes' half. It's with Morrell, who plays it back to Mepham. But back to Roberts, who's in an advanced position with Bale, Morrell, Ramsey, forward to Bale, who's running towards the box. Gareth Bale! Ooh! And that was close. First real chance of the game. It wouldn't be called a chance if anyone else on the pitch struck it, but Gareth Bale. But, well, it was a good curving shot, but unfortunately curving the wrong side of the post. Schmeichel wasn't getting that. And in the 10th minute of the game, it's Wales 0, Denmark 0. Kasper Schmeichel with a goal kick. That's the closest we've had to a major chance. Schmeichel's goal kick is sprayed right, but Wales win it back. And Wales will be considered second favourites today. As I said, 5 of their players playing in England's second tier, the championship. You won't see a second tier player in Denmark's team. But the Wales players are not just holding their own, they're taking the game to Denmark. It's been a game that's gone back and forth, but just hasn't had that those high quality chances. Bale with a good long ball for James to chase. He's being marked by Christensen on that left hand side. It's played to Allen on the box, back to James. Has space to put a cross in if he wants to, and he does. And again it misses everyone, but bounces to Allen. Allen again. Well, it just, I think Bale actually got in his way, and eventually Denmark could clear it. But again, the possession is back with Wales. It's with Chris Mepham here on Possession Football in the 11th minute. It's Wales 0, Denmark 0. And Allen, who's gotten back, plays it to Morrell. Here's Roberts. Mepham. Rodon. Wales playing it round the back. Denmark finally getting something resembling a press in. And it is enough to force Ward to take it long, looking for Moore, but not finding him. But again, it's headed back to a Welsh head. This time Joe Allen by a player in white shirts. Denmark can't get a hot foothold on this game right now. Allen. Morrell to Bale. He has the option of Roberts out wide. Decides to cut inside himself, and another long shot, and even for him that would have been something special. Not sure the shot was the best option there, but it was something different, I suppose, because the crosses haven't been working. Yep, just wide from Gareth Bale. And Schmeichel taking these long goal kicks, but they haven't really fallen for Denmark yet. He is given the option of Vestergaard and Kerr, who stand in the box, but again he sprays it right. Again, Wales lose the first, but win the first ball and the second ball. And here's more with Bale. But Ramsey couldn't find a way forward. Meanwhile, Højbjerg was down after that 50-50. He's fine though, but play is stopped just to let him get back up. He got, well, he got a fair challenge by Mort. It wasn't a foul, but Højbjerg, despite walking a little bit limply, is fine. And Denmark can resume play with an uncontested drop ball. It's with Vestergaard. Kerr just playing it round the back. And again, Denmark give it away. It's with Roberts. Oh, good ball looking for Bale, and it gets onto Bale. Invades Christensen. Bale into the box to find Ramsey. His shot is deflected into the path of Kasper Schmeichel. Well, Wales have had a lot of possession, but still not a really high quality chance. I can't really say they should be 1-0 up because they haven't created anything of note. The Denmark defence, while looking a bit industrial, has dealt with the danger they pose. And I can tell you this, Wales won't be dominating the game like this for 90 minutes. So they're going to have to make the most of this opportunity or face serious consequences for it, I can imagine. Because we've seen earlier in this tournament when Denmark turn it on, they can really be quite devastating. Although the lack of Yusuf Poulsen for them might change that. Anyway, here comes Denmark going forward. But again, it's given away. And Wales can just play it round the back, but they're quite quick in transition, and that's always nice to see. It's with Mepham though. Just as I say that, they decide to start passing it round the back. Commentators curse. Rodon. Oh, poor ball given away. And now Denmark have it in Wales's half for the first time in a while. It's Braithwaite on the right-hand side, looking to get into the box. But he overhits it and then commits a foul trying to win it back. And it's a free kick to Wales in their own box. It was Ben Davies who was shepherding it. And yeah, Braithwaite knocked him over, just about a foul. Trying to win it back. So, free kick is taken by Leicester City's Ward. Evades everybody, but the second ball is won by, I think, Vestergaard. And in the end, Denmark win a throw-in. Came off of Stiger Larsen. So, throw-in taken backwards. Here's Vestergaard. Oh, a wild one from Delaney. Looking for Myler, but kicking it out for a Wales straight in their own half. That you'd expect better from somebody who starts regularly for Dortmund, to be honest. You're playing at the finals of a European Championship and you're unmarked and you misplace a pass with no pressure out for a throw-in. Absolutely no need. But it has given Wales a chance. They come forward. Allen out wide. James on the left wing cutting in, smashing it low and straight at Schmeichel and Tame. The Leicester keeper will gobble that up and hold it for a time that conspicuously seems more than 6 seconds before booting it long again. And again, second ball won by Denmark, even if the first isn't. It's with Dolberg in the box. Played out to Højbjerg, who puts it back into the box. It's with Mæhle. Just doesn't look like a path forward. No gaps in this Welsh defence, so they might have to go over it. Oh, that's a great cross to Dolberg. He tried to head it back into the box, but it was cleared though. Here is Kerr. Mæhle. Roberts is marking, and Roberts does his defensive duties, deflecting the cross. It's out for a Danish corner. So, we're 19 minutes in, and Wales have started this game admirably, but they will have to defend this corner, which Striga Larsen has been a bit too liberal with his placement of the ball, and the referee noticed that straight away. Striga into the box, headed behind for another corner. On the other side. Good corner routine, that deep one, and Christensen with good movement. But it was headed behind, I think by Mepham. So it's another corner kick. And this time it's on the left. Well, the left for Wales, on the right hand side though, for Denmark. .20 minutes in, no goals in the Euro 2020 knockout stage. This time a low corner, which is fallen to Kerr. Again, it's deflected behind for a third corner. Yep, it came off the face of Rodon. Another corner kick. So our German referee just gives some instructions. So, in comes the corner. And it's headed out by Moore. And Højbjerg gets there before James. So, still with Højbjerg as Denmark look to recycle position. His ball is wayward though, and it's out for a Welsh throw-in. As I said, Denmark have held their own. Wales have held their own. Denmark finally getting a foothold into the game at that period of set pieces, although I wonder whether that will be will keep up now that that corner is gone, because Wales are in possession. Connor Roberts takes a long throw-in, always forward-thinking Wales it seems, but unfortunately this time it's given away to Vestergaard, back to Schmeichel. Long ball's taken out wide by Schmeichel to Mæhle. That's behind to Vestergaard. Striga Larsen. Kerr. Mæhle. Foul on Dolberg by Mepham. No need to give away a free kick there in my view, because I don't think Dahlberg was threatening much. Delaney puts the ball in for a cross. It's headed behind for a corner by Roberts. Great long ball by Denmark to find Delaney. Unfortunately, he couldn't get a cross that was that good because only Dahlberg was standing in the box. So, corner comes in. Oh, there was a crowded box, but it's headed over. It was a very good ball by Striger, but Vestergaard couldn't direct it goalwards. th minute. Remember, Italy versus Austria is still to come. Denmark have had 54% of the ball, but only 3 of this game's 10 attempts, and Wales have had the only shot on target, so that was a pretty tame one. Low and straight at Schmeichel. Allen all gives it away. Denmark can clear it. Been back and forth, but as I prophesised, Denmark are now dominating the game, and there's a free kick, professional foul, and that must be a yellow card. Yeah, it is. And well, if I was Joe Rodon, I would listen my complaints somewhat, because I wouldn't want to pick up another one. I don't know what he's complaining about. He pulled over Dahlberg, who was trying to break. And that is a yellow card. That's how... It's been the rule in football for about 150 years. And it was a tackle that you might see more in rugby. Ball's turned around the back. It's with Dahlberg. Long shot. Oh! It's in! What a shot from outside the box by Kasper Dahlberg. Out of nothing, they go forward. And the Denmark fairy tale is continuing. Celebrations in Amsterdam from the mostly partisan crowd. What a strike from Kasper Dahlberg to bring this tactical, mechanical game into life. A good move, really. But Dahlberg cut inside, went for the shot and smashed it past Ward. What a strike. Low and nestles into the side netting. Absolutely fantastic. Well, I wouldn't say they deserve to be ahead, but they have got into the game in the last few minutes and they have gotten their reward. There is, however, a VAR check, which would be quite funny, given all of the celebrations. But no, it has been given. VAR check over. Wales 0, Denmark 1. And Wales looking a bit frustrated. A long ball, which was never going to find anyone. And Denmark looking to break from it. Throw in. Oh, it's given away. And Denmark have it in a dangerous position again. Braithwaite going through into the box. It's out right to Dolberg. Well, Wales will need to stay in the game here. It's sprayed out to the right hand side again. Ball is played into the box and the cross is eventually cleared. And looks like there was a free kick. Anyway, free kick to Wales, that is. More just brought down. Just having a look at the VAR check here. Martin Braithwaite just onside. That goal was absolutely fantastic. Free kick's taken. It's back with Ward, who smashes it long, but Denmark win it. And a long ball's played, but it's offside. And Damsgaard was the one picked up in an offside position. It's for Sampdoria. Yep. Long way offside. Here's Bale. Ramsey. Wales need another spell of possession, I think. The next 5 or 10 minutes to get them back out. They keep losing the ball. And when you do that, the game does turn against you. Ward with a long ball out for a Denmark throw in, and that's the last thing they need. Well, to be fair, Denmark's goal was a brilliant finish, but Wales are making it easy for them right now. Mailer out on the left hand side, being marked by Roberts. It's out to Damsgaard. It's in the box towards Damsgaard. Low cross and nearly poked home by Dolberg, but I think Ward just got a touch to save it, and Dolberg tried to win it back and gave away a free kick to Wales. Denmark are an hour away from a place in the quarterfinals. That was a dangerous one. Yeah, that flick from Dolberg, saved from by Ward, and then Dolberg just brought down the defender, trying to win it back. Anyway, Ward with a long free kick. This time Wales do win it, although they lose it almost immediately. Denmark's clearance. And good hold-up play from Braithwaite to win a foul off of Allen. And this is what I'm saying about the game coming away from Wales here. It does look like it's Denmark's to lose, both in terms of the scoreline and the tactical battle. Wales started impressively, but something's changed in the matrix for Denmark, and it's leading them to victory. Lots of noise being made from the Danish fans, as I said. Real difficulty and mostly an impossibility for Welsh fans to reach Amsterdam. But no such difficulties for fans travelling from Denmark, and they do travel in great numbers, the Danes, in every tournament they go to. And this one is no exception. So a Denmark throw-in near corner flag on the right hand side. And it's a long ball from the throw-in, and it gets away from Braithwaite, and Wales are quite fortunate that it only ends up in a corner there. Header came off Morrill for a corner. Looks like Denmark are considering a change. I don't know if the players picked up a knock, but anyway, the corner's come in. Out deep to Delaney. Dolberg. Delaney with a long cross. It's spilled by Ward, but only because he was fouled. And it is a free kick. And if it wasn't a foul, I think Denmark would have had a good opportunity to make it 2. I think it's Kerr who inflicted the foul. Oh no, it was Christensen. Oh, Vestergaard, all 3 of the centre-backs getting name dropped there. I think that's actually a harsh decision. If that collision was made by any player other than the goalkeeper, it wouldn't have been a foul, and even then, I'm not sure it was a foul, to be honest. If anything, Ward initiated the contact. But that's how modern football is. The rules are the same for both teams. Bale out wide, but his long ball is spotted. Wales do still have it though. It's with Roberts. Morrill. Allen. Bale. The long ball. Just couldn't find anyone. Although it can't be kept in by Damsgaard, so it is at least a throw-in to Wales. More like it. From the Welsh, because the game was getting away from them, and if just for the rest of the half they can stay in the game. Although, just as I say that, a long pass was aimed for Roberts, and he can't keep out for a throw. keep it in play. And he's stretched a long way and looks like he's picked up an injury in his groin there. So things could be going from bad to worse here for Wales, because they could do with Connor Roberts in their defence. He's been getting into advanced positions on that right-hand side. Key man at both ends of the pitch. And but what it does mean is that there is a break for Wales, as we see a couple of players warming up for Wales. Their names being Gunter and Neco Williams. This just breaks up the play, it resets the tempo, which is something that Wales could do with, and it looks like play's restarted. I think it might be with just 10 men for Wales. It is. Roberts is still on the touchline getting treatment, and you can see Bale has dropped back to be the right back, showing his experience. Of course, it's a long time since he played fullback, although that is his natural position, remember. Cross is cleared by Allen. And half cleared because it's back with Kerr. He plays it to Vestergaard. And it's with Højbjerg. Naylor out on the wing. Oh, good bit of skill. Here's Højbjerg. Naylor. And his low cross is cleared. And Moore can head it on. And unfortunately, going for that header, he knocked Kerr and given Denmark a free kick in a dangerous position. Well, seeing as he won the ball before he made the contact, it was the follow through. I think that's a bit harsh. But he did make contact with an elbow, I suppose, and he's given a yellow card. Well, that is exceptionally harsh from the from the German referee in yellow. And Kiefer Moore will be suspended for Wales's quarter-final, should they get there. It will be a change for Wales. Connor Roberts' day is over, and he is replaced by Neco Williams of Liverpool. So Wales forced into a change. Have a free kick to defend. It's too long for most people, I'd say, and nobody in the Denmark team, I'd imagine, would be able to shoot from there. I'd estimate about 25 metres, perhaps a bit more. This is one that can be either taken short or played into the box. And Christensen, Kerr and Vestergaard are all there. In fact, nobody is back for Denmark. Only Schmeichel is in the Danish half, 21 players in the Welsh one. And the corner is played into the box, headed by Morel, although it's back with Denmark. In the end, a corner off of the low cross. So, another set piece that Denmark can put into a box, and they've been having a lot of those, and you think that one of them might come off. So, I'll tell you one thing that Wales need is the half-time break. The short option is provided and taken. Damsgaard. Looks at end. Delaney heads it back goalwards. Pimble in the box as each player's trying to head it. But finally a conclusive result is reached after about 15 heads of the ball. And it's with Gareth Bale. But Joe Allen's pass isn't received by Davies, and Denmark can go back into the box, but not for the first time today. Braithwaite's touch is heavy, and it's out for a goal kick to Wales. And if Wales can get into the half-time break, with the scores at just 1-0. I think that's they'll take that, because they've never looked like leading this game. They've never looked like scoring, and it will give Rob Page an opportunity to change things, and things need to be changed. Meanwhile, Kasper Schmeichel with the ball takes it long, and these long balls have looked dangerous. Not this time though, with Mepham. Play stopped because going for a 50-50, a Denmark player took a knock and is down. His name Kasper Dolberg. Wasn't a foul, just took a knock. Him and Rodon both rising for it, and yeah, just a clash of heads. And yeah, you can see what Rodon thought about that. I'm not a lip reader. I just saw the replay of his reaction. It was quite obvious what he said. Wales will have to change something. It's with James. And just kept in by Ramsey, but Kerr could get there and win it off him, and now it's with Vestergaard, and Denmark can play it out of their half. Here is Mæhle, back to Højbjerg. We're in the 45th minute, in 45 seconds. We don't know how much added time there is, if there will be any added time, which I think there will be, because there was a VAR check and a couple of injuries. Maybe just 1 or 2 minutes though. A ball was played, unleashing Mæhle, but Morel managing to get something on it, out for a throw-in. Just saw the referee check his watch. Mæhle with the throw-in. Delaney. Højbjerg. Vestergaard. Yep. 2 minutes added on. Meanwhile, Denmark come forward. It's with Mæhle in the box, and Ward tips his near post shot behind for the corner. And I think that Mæhle, wow, he was put in a dangerous position. A lovely cross by Strider Larsen. Missed everybody. Braithwaite got a touch to keep it in, and Mæhle, well, I would have gone for the cutback there. Although that's easy for me to say. Watching. But yeah, that certainly would have been a dangerous option. Again, the short option is provided by Damsgaard, but I don't think Strider Larsen's going to take it this time, raising that right arm. And it comes, headed away, headed back goalwards though, and eventually fully cleared by Wales, out for a Danish throw. It is still in the Welsh half with 50 seconds to go. From the throw in, second ball. Wales player fouled. Might as well just launch a ball forward here. Here's Nico Williams. Well, that's it. Half time. And to be honest, I think Wales will be happier with this scoreline than Denmark, because it could have been a lot worse for them. The way Wales started would have been encouraging for them, but Denmark have really gotten into the game, and for the majority of that first half, Denmark, the better team, controlling the tempo, having all the chances. I can't see past them unless things change drastically. I mean, Wales have 45 minutes to save their tournament. Any questions or comments at the break? Questions, comments, opinions, get them in. Well, I said Wales really came out of the blocks, but I did say that I didn't think they could keep up for 90 minutes. In reality, they couldn't even keep up for 10 minutes. And Denmark showing their experience, soaking up the pressure, and then knowing just when to change things and turn it on. And to be honest, Wales probably deserved to be down by more. I will say that Denmark, apart from the goal, which was a brilliant finish by Kasper Dolberg on his 28th cap, just 23 years old by the way, he has a bright future ahead of him. But yeah, apart from the goal, Denmark really haven't shown much attacking quality, not too much attacking spark either. But they've controlled the tempo, got the lead they deserve. Really, I think they could have done more going forward, and they could be out of sight by now. And there's no reason they shouldn't have taken that opportunity. But Wales are still in this game because of it. Denmark know what they have to do. Wales will need to find a goal. But this is how they played against Switzerland. And they managed to get their goal. Just a bit of magic from Gareth Bale to tot up Kiefer Moore. So we'll see. We might get the same again. today. And remember, later on we will have coverage of Italy's game against Austria. And that promises, or at least looks like, it will be equally one-sided, but you never know. On Sunday, Netherlands play Czech Republic and Belgium play Portugal. On Monday, Croatia play Spain and France play Switzerland. On Tuesday, it's the big one, England v Germany, as well as Sweden versus Ukraine. I think the Welsh dressing room would be pretty deflated. I know that something that has often been complimented is their spirit, and it should be noted that in their most famous night, that 3-1 win over Belgium, they went 1-0 down against a team that was on paper and, well, by any real measurement, better than them, but they came back to get 3. That being said, Denmark don't look like giving this up, and if they do go through, they'll be deserved winners for now. So, Italy versus Austria will be at Wembley in London, the only stadium to host 2 round of 16 games. That's because the other match, which turned out to be between England v Germany, was moved from Dublin to England. Talking about this game now is Bukayo Saka. who played for England and got a man of the match performance against the Czechs.
About Wembley, given the fact it was so close to home, did that make it even more special?
It's just nice to be there. It just reminds me of my childhood, and then when I get onto the pitch, I just have the thoughts of how I've always come by the stadium and dreamt of being here, and now I'm here with my family, so it was really special for me.
When you think back to your childhood, how important was football?
Yeah, there was, I lived in like a closed, it always had that no ball games thing, and everyone just ignored it, all the kids after school would just come out in the middle and play football until mum's comes out and says dinner's ready, and that's how I live my life every day, really, just playing football, and it meant everything to me.
The fearlessness of youth.
It would have been understandable with football being such a big part of your life if maybe your schoolwork would have slipped a little bit, but it never did for you, did it?
No, I tried to always be focused on school as well, so I ended up doing quite well in my GCSEs.
So when you say quite well, let's just put this into context. Tell us what GCSEs you got.
8s, a lot of 8s, which is I think A star, and 7s, which is A, or maybe about 4 of each. Wow. So I did quite well, yeah.
How many times have you watched that goal back and your involvement in it?
Not as many as you would think. It was a good run for me. I did a bad cross in the end, which I wasn't happy with, but I almost scored a header. Raz was back there to score it, and I think, that moment was special.
Something we noticed was in all the celebrations, you know what I'm going to say now, don't you?
I knew exactly when I took my shirt off.
Yeah.
I wasn't taking my shirt off to the goal. I was just really hot.
Okay.
The camera caught me at the wrong time, and it looked like I was celebrating as if I scored, so I had a few messages about that.
Something else we noticed on social media.
The goal. It's just so hard to hit the ball. I don't know why it's that hard. And I was really trying in that video, I swear. I was properly trying.
What a success story he's been tonight.
The manager said that you played in that game with freedom and without fear. Do you fear Germany?
If I do play against Germany, it'll probably be the biggest game in my career, so I don't know how I'm going to feel on the day, but right now I'm not scared of anyone, really.
So that was England's Bukayo Saka. As I said, he might play. He'll be hoping to feature in that second of 2 round of 16 games at Wembley, and of course the first later today. But yeah, very interesting chat with the England man. Well, we are 2 minutes away from the second half.
Yeah, it was a very, very tough end to that half for Wales. 1-0 down they are to Denmark. We were in the same position in 2016 against Belgium. You know what it's like to dig yourself out.
Yeah, someone's season ends up in 45.
Players back on the pitch. Kick-off is coming up. Just see Wales players. Players getting ready. On the dot. 6:02. A German referee.
Sitting
Hughes, who scored a winning goal against Denmark back in 1987 there too. We need something from the likes of them in this 45 minutes to keep Wales.
We are back underway in Amsterdam. Denmark are 45 minutes away from an absolutely miraculous recovery after losing their first two games to reach the quarter-finals of UEFA Euro 2020. In their path is Wales, who will look for another tale of magic of their own after what happened in 2016, where they reached the semi-finals. Wales came out of the blocks well in the first half. Maybe they can do the same in the second. They're without Connor Roberts on the right hand side, if I remember. It's with Allen. Wales just passing it around the back, looking for a route forward. Here's Davies. I've noticed that Bale is dropping very deep. Long ball played forward, looking for more, but he can't get a clean head on it. Straight to Schmeichel. Good long ball by Williams there. Certainly worth a go. Ball is played round the back, and another long ball drifts harmlessly towards Kasper Schmeichel. Game hasn't really got going in the second half. Denmark just in possession. Coming forward now though. It's with Brathwaite. Brathwaite on the right hand side. Shows a bit of a turn of pace there, but his low cross misses everyone. It's cleared into the path of Dolberg. And Kasper Dolberg smashes it past Ward to double his and Denmark's tally for the day. And surely send his country through to the quarter-finals of UEFA Euro 2020. Wales have fought hard in this tournament, but they are in a huge situation of danger. Gareth Bale's complaining to the ref about something. I don't know what, but I think he reckons there was a foul. As Wales went forward, Bale reckons there was a foul in the build-up. I think he has a level of... I think the complaint is justified to an extent, although it was a long time before he moved forward. It was a phase of play. If VAR has a look at this and decides it is a foul, I wouldn't be surprised for them to refrain this. By the way, horrible mistake from Neco Williams to play it back to Dolberg. And I think they're also checking the ball might have gone out of play. So there was a VAR check. The VAR check is now over and it is a goal. It's Wales 0, Denmark 2. And surely Wales have to come forward now, which, if anything, might make this a more exciting game. But they tried that, and they've lost possession. This time the long ball is half cleared again, although they can more definitively get it. Wales need a goal, and they need one quickly, because Denmark are smothering their attacks. Their press is impressive. Their defending is impressive. Their long balls are impressive. Their passing's impressive. Their defensive shape is impressive. For Wales, they're just struggling to cope. And Denmark are getting what they deserve from this game, which is a spot in the quarter-finals. And 26 tickets to Baku for every member of this squad, alongside Kasper Hjulmand. I'm sure Christian Eriksen, wherever he's watching this, is loving it just as much. Well, if this game is to have any doubt as to what the outcome is, Wales will have to score the next goal, and they'll have to do it quickly, but they have more defending to do here. Lovely pass to find Delaney. It's out wide. Mailer with it. Decides to play it to Damsgaard. Nearly dropped to Brathwaite, but Allen was able to again half clear it. It's with Striga. 1-2 with Højbjerg, then just plays it back to Kerr. They're still in an advanced position for the Danes. Højbjerg. Striga. Out to Brathwaite on the right hand side. Can't find a way past Davies, but decides to cross it. It's too deep though, headed along. And James can again get it further away, although Denmark still have possession. This looks dangerous, although the long shot, well, it's deflected to Brathwaite on the right hand side. So Denmark still have it. And this is a really dangerous spell of pressure. They know that they can kill the game here. Denmark 2. They're not really home yet, although they're in a very good position. 3, and it's surely over. It's a throw into Wales, which Bale will take though. As I said, very deep in his own area. It's with Morel. Rodon, Bale, Morel, James, Williams with a cross. Oh, and Moore had a great chance there. It was a free header and it's been put wide. Well, you have to score from that opportunity. Williams made a mistake for the goal. Denmark's second one, but nearly made amends with an assist there. And actually, it was coming towards Moore, and Bale headed it wide. And I think if Bale left that, Moore would have had a free header, which would have surely at the very least hit the target. And from the goal kick, Denmark getting forward, although they've lost possession and won it back again. Wales can never definitively clear the ball. Even when they put their laces through it, it just goes back to Denmark. That must be really frustrating because it's constant pressure. Although the ball is broken nicely for Wales, and Denmark players are scampering back, but the cross is inaccurate, looking for more, but cleared by Kerr. It was Ramsey with the cross, and it looks like Ramsey will have to take the throw in. Well, 2 big opportunities for Wales, if they haven't, even though they haven't been taken. And I do have to say that it's not in the question they get a goal, and if that happens, they're right back in this one. Meanwhile, a Denmark player It's down, it's Delaney. Well, play stopped again. Just talking about Wales's team. Obviously, I said 5 players play in the Championship, but the ones that don't, Ward hasn't played a game in the Premier League for a long time for Leicester. Ramsey and Bale, not the first names on the Juventus or Real Madrid team sheets by any stretch of the imagination. Neither is Dan James with Man U or Joe Rodon with Tottenham. It's only really Ben Davies that regularly starts in a top flight. They'll have to come up with something. Throne's taken, but goes all the way to Schmeichel. Looks like Denmark are getting their first change ready. Christian Norgard with getting a bottle of water. But every limp attack from Wales, every cross that's cleared, every long ball that sails out for a goal kick, the watch ticks and their dream gets a second closer to dying. They have to put the ball in the net, and they have to do it relatively quickly, I'd imagine, or else their participation in this tournament will be a footnote rather than a headline. Wales have at least been controlling more of the ball since conceding the second goal, but need to come forward more. Here's Davies. Bale with a long cross, looking for more, but it's bounced to James, and he fired a rocket goalwards, and it deflected and bounced towards Schmeichel, and now it was blocked by Christensen. I think that's swerving in, and I'm not sure Kasper Schmeichel's getting there. Well, Norgard is taking his time to come on. Looks like Mikkel Damsgaard will eventually trot off to replace him. So, just talking about Championship players. And Christian Norgard did play in the Championship the season just gone by, although plays for Brentford, so we'll soon be playing Premier League football. And there is a change for Wales. Joe Morrell is replaced by Harry Wilson of Liverpool, who knows what to do for Wales. He always seems to come up with something in a Welsh shirt if his club career hasn't necessarily moved on. Looks like Thomas Delaney is heading off for Denmark as well. Matthias Jensen is on for him, and eventually Damsgaard will come on for Norgard. I don't know why that change took so long, but it doesn't really matter. Interesting to see Delaney come on. I don't think he's been that bad, but I suppose misplaced a few passes. So another Brentford player coming on. Of course, they have that Scandinavian connection. Thomas Frank, their manager, and their owner also owns FC Midtjylland, who Jonas Lørsol on the Denmark bench also plays for. So 3 changes. Wilson on for Morel for Wales, and Jensen and Norgard on for Delaney and Damsgaard for Denmark. Players restarted. Denmark have come forward. It's actually in the Wales box. A long shot is smothered though. And Wales force Denmark backwards. They've won back possession though, and there is another long shot. Deflected awkwardly but harmlessly towards Ward. Long ball by Bell, looking towards James, headed out for a throw-in, but still in a dangerous area for Denmark. It's with Gareth Bale. James out wide, throw in. So it looks like it will be a long throw in that Wales will take. Misses everyone, but can be recycled by Ramsey. Still in the Danish box, decides to put a cross in. It's deflected and then booted away by Martin Brathwaite for another throw-in. Here's Gareth Bale with the throw-in. And it falls to Allen, whose volley is fired over. And if that went in, it would be special. It didn't, and it's only a goal kick. Wales seem out of ideas. And slowly but surely they might go out of belief. Long ball taken. This time doesn't bounce well, but again Wales half clearing it. Win it back though. Long ball by Neco Williams. Dealt with. Denmark look comfortable. Just strolling about with the ball. They know that they have 1 foot in Baku. Flights from Copenhagen to Baku, I'm sure, are rising in value by the second. As Wales look to be tumbling out, but Denmark with the ball in Wales's half again. The long ball by Højbjerg finds no one though, and Ward can clear it. It's a proper whack of the ball, but Moore loses the header and hasn't really gotten on those headers yet today. It's been out wide to Mailer, who's in the box. towards Jensen. It's just wide. Well, it was a good, I think it was an attempted cross that just missed everyone by Jensen and hit the post. Well, Wales needs something different, and I think Tyler Roberts is getting ready. I always thought it was a bit strange that the Leeds man was dropped to the bench for Kiefer Moore, who I think, I reckon Roberts is one of Wales's great best attacking assets, but, well, Moore proved me wrong with that goal against Switzerland, but now is the time for Tyler, it seems, as he's warming up. Rob Page hasn't introduced him yet, though. Mepham out wide. James. Allen. With a good turn. Allen in the box. Good shot, but good block. Wales still have it, although Davies miscontrols it. It's given away again. Mepham. Bale. Davies. Bale. With the long ball. Headed. And Denmark clear. That's with Schmeichel. Oh, sorry, Ward. Denmark have to do a bit more defending. Although Wales have had much of the ball, haven't really done too much with it. Denmark have never really looked worried. Here's Ramsey. Cross, looking for more, again misses him. Bale can collect it near the touchline. Decides against crossing it back in. Good pass. Find Ramsey, although his ball isn't the best. And in the end, Højbjerg can just collect it before Davies. And Davies fouling his club teammate. And that will give Denmark a bit of space to relax. Cornelius is getting ready to come on, it seems. Palmer man. And Schmeichel will take the free kick. I think Denmark want to get the players onto the pitch, and yeah, it looks like it will be Skov Olsen coming on as well. But first Cornelius replaces the Kasper Dolberg, who scored 2 goals today, his 8th and 9th for his country, and what future he has ahead of him. And he is embraced by Kasper Hjulmand and everybody in the blue Denmark training tops on the bench and in the backroom staff. Looks like they'll wait to bring Skov Olsen on. Denmark's next switch will be their last opportunity, although they do have the opportunity to make 2. That's why I thought Skov Olsen might come on. Here's Allen. Bale. Ramsey to Bale. No way forward. And it's with Striga now. As Denmark look to break. Jensen. It's a bit slow, but also forward by Striga. Oh, it nearly bounced very fortuitously indeed for Braithwaite, but luckily Mepham was on hand for Wales. 20 minutes to go. Here's Ramsey. Moore can't get past Christensen, and it's cleared. Denmark look forward, and here is Højbjerg. Well, Denmark have had 5 of the game's shots on target. Wales had the first one in the first half, but haven't had any since. Denmark have had 5, as I said, 3 in the first half and 2 in the second. So Striga Larsson's just picked up some cramp. This is the period of the game where Denmark would just look to frustrate Wales. Striga Larsson to Christensen. Striga Larsson with a ball into the box. And it's headed away. It's with Jensen. And it's out. To Myler. Mailer with the ball in the box. It's headed away and Wales can come forward. Here's Ramsey. Good ball to find Bale. Bale cuts inside. But his ball is dealt with. Wales just aren't getting men in the box. If they want to do crosses, they're going to have to throw caution to the wind at some point. All of their defensive line and both of their holding midfielders are staying back. It's not going to work. You can't have 6 of your players stay back when you need an all-out attack. Because to break down this Danish defence with 4 players isn't going to work. Players stopped meanwhile. Looks like somebody's down. Denmark captain. Someone here just taking his time to get back up, as this is right. And I think he has tweaked a muscle. Looks like Tyler Roberts will be getting ready. Wales have 3 more subs, but they have to use them all at once. Looks like Boylison's coming on, although it said number 16's coming off. That's Jonas Lersil, so that doesn't make sense. The 4th official sorted out his board. Yeah, it's number 17, Striga. And looks like more confusion with the substitutes. I don't know why this has been a problem. There was a bit of a problem with the Henson sub as well. Simon Kjær, the captain, will come off. Looks like the armband given to Kasper Schmeichel, and he is replaced by Joachim Andersen. Looks like so Tyler Roberts will be coming on, but also Brooks for Wales. And as I said, this is their last. So if they are making only the 2 subs, then they won't be able to use their 5th sub. Tyler Roberts is on for Kiefer Moore, and it looks like Dan James is coming off and replaced by David Brooks. Well, that's interesting. Well, that was a pretty large break in the action, as well as everything else, wasn't it? But finally, we will be ready to get back underway. It's with Schmeichel, who boots it long. It's touched down by Cornelius, but deflects into the path of Ward. So the substitutes: Boyleson plays for Copenhagen, while Anderson plays for Fulham. And both of them are very defensive-minded substitutions for the Danes. As for Wales, Tyler Roberts, I talked about him playing for Leeds, and David Brooks, who plays for Bournemouth. Regular starters for both their clubs, but on the bench for their country. Ball's played into the box by Davies and pinballed away. A goal now, and Wales are still in this game, but they need to get it quickly. Allen. Brooks misplaces the pass, and Denmark can break. Cornelius being jockeyed, but still going forward. Oh, what a touch by Cornelius, and he's brought down just 20 metres out. In fact, it might be even a bit less than that. Brooks is booked. Well, Cornelius literally was breaking on his own with 5 Welsh players back, and they still couldn't deal with him. And David Brooks gives away not just a foul in a dangerous position, but a yellow card as well. And if this goes in, it's game, set and match Denmark. .23 metres out. Braithwaite fires it over. Here's Bale. Wales are getting forward, but at the same time it's just slow. Doesn't look dangerous. They're going to just have to go for it at some point. Will there be a gap in Denmark's defence that they can exploit? Or will there be a moment of magic? Will something happen? To be fair, it's often felt like they haven't got the rub of the green today. But at the same time, you make your own luck in football. It's Roberts, Bale. No way forward, and again Denmark can break. Here's Mailer. Braithwaite. So, corner kick, Jensen to take. And it's out. Well, again Wales come forward from the goal kick. It's not particularly pretty. It's not particularly scary. Davies. When will a player take initiative? Well, Denmark had 58% of the ball in the first half. It's decreased to 47% in the second, 53% overall. But that hasn't really mattered for Denmark. They're still in control of this game. They've got a free kick again. This surely will be it. 6 more minutes, but Denmark with the ball. Wales need 2. They look absolutely exhausted. You can't fault them for effort and pride and spirit. But really, all of these words are meaningless in the footballing lexicon. Goals, wins, trophies. That's what actually matters. And Wales have come short again here. In comes the corner, the free kick, sorry. Headed behind. And it will be a corner this time. More defending for Wales to do. It's now at the wrong end of the pitch for them. Even when it was at the right end of the pitch, it weren't making a difference. Maybe at. And the ball is played back in. and it fallen to Braithwaite, and that was nearly 3, just wide. Well, really, that was poor from Denmark. They should have scored. It's not going to matter. Bale. In it comes to the box for Wales, but it's headed out for a Welsh throw-in. I think it was Anderson who rose. Mailer comes forward. Allen with the tackle. It's forward by Wales. Brooks can't find a way through. I can't really blame Wales' tactics or the way they went about the game. I just don't think they had the players to match Denmark's quality. As I said, 5 players in the championship, and the rest of them aren't really first names on the team sheet for their club. Given the population, it's a miracle they've gotten this far. That being said, this is the elite level, so you don't get sympathy. You just go out, and a ball is played forward to Mailer, who cuts inside and fires it into the net and sends the Danish Dynamite through into the quarter-finals of Euro 2020. There can be no more doubt. It's over. It's Denmark, the first team through to the quarter-finals. And while the scoreline perhaps overrates their attacking initiative, you cannot say that the win is not deserved. Denmark deserve it, and to be honest, Wales deserve it. And the Atalanta man, well, he plays as a wing-back, but he's got his 4th goal in national team colours. Mailer gets his 2nd in the tournament. As I said, 4th for his country and 14 appearances. It's Wales 0, Denmark 3. Wales have done themselves proud. They can't repeat their heroics of 5 years ago. And Denmark look to be heading to their first quarter-final at a major tournament since UEFA Euro 2004. And things are going for worse for Wales. Harry Wilson has just been sent off. The play has restarted. And Wilson with a late tackle. Well, it's a sad end for Wales. It's 2nd game in a row. They'll finish with 10 men. And doesn't really matter. Let's just have a look. Yeah, Mailer pressing forward. I don't think that's a red card. Caught from behind. might be checked on VAR. Don't think he even touched him. That's an absolutely nonsensical decision to give a red card. I think that would be a yellow, not even for the tackle, but for a professional foul. Well, I don't like to get on the referee's backs, but I certainly disagree with the choice made. Five minutes added on. Looks like is it going to VAR? They're all checked for VAR. Well, Denmark can celebrate. Easy win in the end for them. And then, apart from the first 10 and 15 minutes of the game, Denmark have been comfortable, and the red and white Dannebrog flags all over Amsterdam. Wales fans struggled to get into the stadium, into the city, but for Denmark, no such issues. Into Capitola, I'm sure they will enjoy the Dutch capital now that the football's finished. It's just coming up to 8 PM Central European time, and I'm sure a good night awaits. For Wales, it's disappointment. They can't complain. Oh, Dale with a foul, and he just got a yellow card for dissent. The sarcastic applause of the decision. I'm not sure what the point in that is. It's not really something you want one of your most experienced players to be doing. Well, in Baku, Wales will face off with either the Czechs or probably the Netherlands. We'll see about that. Here's Mailer. Touch to Brathwaite, who fires in for 4. It's disallowed for offside. I think the Barcelona man was offside. Not even sure that one's going to VAR. Let's have a look. Yeah, ooh, just about. I think that one they might need to get the lines out for that one, you know. I thought it was a clear offside, but Chris Meppen, I'm not sure. There's an inkling he may have been playing it on. Have a look on VAR. I'm sure the last thing the Wales fans wanted before they drown their sorrows in overpriced lager. There's a lengthy VAR check, but principle of sporting fairness should be observed. And it is taking a while. German referee speaking. I think 4-0 would be a bit harsh to Wales' performance, but ooh. Close one, because obviously the angle is hard to get completely straight unless you have that bird's eye view. Martin Brathwaite is thinking, what's the hold up, as he grabs some water. The hold up is they're checking to see if you get a goal. This one is really close, so the delay. And the goal is given. 4-0 to Denmark. And I'm, wow, almost enough to make you feel sorry for Wales. They haven't deserved to go through, but well, 4-0's harsh. Can't say it's not been deserved for Denmark, but I think they are flattered with 4. Play has been resumed. There will have to be a bit more time because of that lengthy VAR review. But Denmark are heading to Baku. Wales will be watching that quarter-final on their TV screens. Their tournament is over. It was a step too far for Wales. And for Denmark, they found it easy. A great goal from Kasper Dolberg early on made it 1-0. And just as the second half started, the same player made it 2. Wales fought to get into the game, but their attack lacked venom, and Mailer was able to end all doubt in the 88th minute. Things got even worse for Wales when substitute Harry Wilson was sent off for a tackle, which, to be honest, barely even justified a yellow. And then Martin Brathwaite, after a lengthy VAR review, made it 4. That's football sometimes. It finishes Wales 0, Denmark 4. But there's no shame for Wales. As I said, be one of the 16 best teams in Europe. It's hardly bad. They got further with their population of about 3 million than Russia, who have about 125 million. But it's disappointment in the end. And thanks are given by Kasper Hillman to the travelling support. It's going to hurt for Wales to be beaten in this manner because of all their belief, but big win for Denmark. Just have a look. The lineups in Italy v Austria are out. For Italy, it is Donnarumma, Di Lorenzo, Captain Bonucci, Acerbi, Spinazzola, Barella, Jorginho, Verratti, Berardi, Immobile and Insigne. And for no room for Chiellini, not even on the bench. For Austria, Bachmann, Leiner, Dragovic, Hinteregger, Captain Alaba, Schlager, Grilic, Lima, Sabitzer, Baumgartner and Arnautovic. Gareth Dale giving that huddle as a captain. Final one of Euro 2020. And, well, the players get, I'm sure I wouldn't want it, but a genuinely well-deserved rest. And, as I said, it's a bitter feeling for Wales, who had 11 attempts in the game, Denmark with 16, but only one of those on target to Denmark's 8, one corner to Denmark's 9, and they had 4 yellow cards for Rodon, Moore, Brooks and Bale, as well as that red for Wilson. Denmark were spotless in terms of discipline. In half an hour, I'll start my Italy versus Austria coverage. But still on until then with this game. And just take a little break in between. If you have any questions or comments, which I'm sure you must about this game, so what a day for Kasper Dolberg. What a day for Joachim Mæhle as well, who was brilliant and got a goal that he deserved for making that run from right wing back just completely unmarked. What a day for everybody connected with Danish football. I'm sure Christian Eriksen was enjoying that as well. and we'll have to see how they do. It'll be a fascinating quarter-final against the Dutch or the Czechs. Assuming it is the Netherlands who come through, then they'll be looking for a repeat of their win against them in UEFA Euro 2012. Well, here it's Wales captain Gareth Bale.
Yeah, no, of course. The game to go. From our point of view, we started very well the first 25 minutes. Conceded the goal, and the game changed a little bit. I think we came out second half trying to play, and unfortunately made a mistake to concede the goal, which I guess killed the momentum on our side. And obviously to finish the game how we did is disappointing, but the boys are frustrated, the boys are angry, it's understandable, and I'd rather us go out like that, kicking and screaming, than laying off and doing nothing.
You were angry when the second goal went in. Felt there was a foul on Peter Moore, perhaps?
Yeah, definitely. If you play the ball through the back of someone, it's a foul. Felt like the referee was being influenced by a lot of supporters here, but I guess it is what it is. There's no point making excuses now. It's disappointing. That's all I can say.
I think you missed an opportunity because it was there for you, wasn't it, in the second round to get a place in the last eight?
Of course we missed an opportunity, but I think one thing we can't fault is the effort the boys shown, and that's the minimum requirement for this group, and I'm proud of them this thing.
I know you were asked yesterday if this was going to be a last game for Wales. You said you wanted another one.
There you go. That was the answer to that one. It wasn't the time, probably, that he was ever going to tell us that. Perhaps you asked him a question, because he did say, didn't he, at the tournament, I know what my future is. If I tell you now, it will just blow. I think it'll take, the world by storm. It's kind of his intonation. So there is a big announcement coming at some point from Gareth Bale about what he's going to do. And what is your view? A man who's spent a long time with them, both of them last year. What do you think he's going to do?
So that was Wales captain Gareth Bale making his feelings known. Well, they're just discussing the prospect of retirement for Gareth Bale. Well, I think that is a bit premature with 1 year left on his Real Madrid contract. Certainly still performing at a good level for Tottenham, and World Cup qualifiers to do, or World Cup next year.
was the year 25 in my view. I was thinking maybe in terms of finishing my career around that, and I ended up playing till I was nearly 30 years. So it just says if you've still got that, so you've still got that desire to play again, fair play.
You might run that World Cup, I think. You know, something
Yeah,
like
that's
that.
good.
He's done a lot in his career. He hasn't played at the World Cup.
It's only 18 months ago.
Exactly. So, you know, I think, you know, from a Wales perspective for us, we'd love to see him stick around and you know, get us to the World Cup.
We'll talk about that in a bit. Let's talk about the quiz vision today, because before Denmark made the tactical shift, you know, there was I mean, you said, well, Gaz is here, he's here to play, we're against it, and this is why.
Yeah, he started off his squad. I think that you know, he set that shot. He just looked up to it a little bit more, you know, and it reminded me of Gaz of old a little bit, where he was creating things.
So a disappointing day. Just for Wales, a great day for Denmark. 0-4 is the full-time score. Just go through the results again. So, later, Italy play Austria in 50 minutes' time at Wembley Stadium. After that, tomorrow, firstly, the Netherlands play the Czech Republic in Budapest. The winner will play Denmark in Baku. And Belgium play Portugal in Seville. The winner will play the victor in the game later today. Then, on Monday, Croatia play Spain in Copenhagen and France play Switzerland in Bucharest. The winners will do battle in St. Petersburg. And England play Germany, and then Sweden play Ukraine on Tuesday. And the quarter-final for that pairing is in Rome, whoever it may be.
Those young players who have experience of tournament for the first time, they're coming there, kind of gaining that wisdom, gaining that voice of, you know, maturity and wisdom, and everything that they impart. So we will get a lot out of that as well, like seeing those young players coming through. So it's a national pride to keep involved for the World Cup campaign.
And Gareth Bale actually walked out when asked his future. He was just asked if that was his last game for Wales, and he just walked off. With that decision, will be made, I'm sure. A lot of consultation. So, remind of today's events. Denmark beat Wales 4-0 in the first half. A lovely strike from Dolberg, and the same player doubled it just after half-time. Wales's response was to a pretty limp attack, and the game was put beyond all doubt by Joachim Mæhle in the 88th minute. Things got from bad to worse when Harry Wilson was sent off softly for a poor tackle, and after a long VAR check, Brathwaite made it 4. Now we will have Italy versus Austria. I'll switch to my coverage of that in about 15 minutes time, but just another look at the Italy team. Donnarumma starts in goal. It's a back 4 of Di Lorenzo, Bonucci, who's captain, a Serbian, Spinazzola, Barella, Jorginho and Verratti make up the midfield, and that's a big boost to them having Verratti back in, although it's harsh on Locatelli to drop him, isn't it? A front 3 of Berardi, Immobile and Insigne line up. For Austria, Bachmann's in goal, Leiner, Dragovic, Hinteregger and captain Alaba are the back 4. Schlager and Grilic are behind Lima, Sabitzer and Baumgartner in a 5-man midfield. Arnautovic is the lone striker. Good. And be interesting to see how many fans at Wembley turn up. The only games at Wembley so far have involved England. Let's see if the English football public have appetite beyond that. Obviously watching British television, they're mostly focusing on Wales as a post-mortem, a sad atmosphere amongst the analysts and reporters. I don't think Wales should have too much shame in mind. I think that they just don't have the squad, that they just don't have the quality that Denmark's do. Denmark have better players, and sometimes that happens. You lose to the better team.
he's had to step into these enormous shoes, emotional kind of, to be the Christian Eriksen, to be the person who can create, and he's doing a fantastic job.
Yeah, you see him in these moments, little pockets of space. He's always trying to just get in behind the opposition midfield line, and when he gets in there,
Well, Italy's 3 games so far have been in Rome, but this game they will have an away fixture in London. Of course, the big Italian community here, but a lot of Italians watching in the fan zone in Rome, which of course has witnessed some great finals. Although, I remember watching the video of the Euro 2012 final in a fan zone, deathly quiet.
I'm not sure if you've been listening in, Robbie, to what the guys here in the studio have been saying. I'm giving enormous credit to the way Denmark played today, and disappointment for Wales to go out in the way that they did. And would you agree, just looking a little bit leggy and just a little bit out of sorts from kind of halfway through that first half?
Yeah, other than the first 10 minutes, they weren't really a threat at all. Denmark was magnificent, man for man, all over the park, tactically, as well as I'm sure the guys in the shoes said they got it right. Christensen's performance, just when he moved from the back three into that defensive midfield, was noticed by Ramsey, the threat out wide, getting across. I thought they were magnificent and deserved the win. Wales looked a little bit tired. It's no excuses. They've had a tough time with travel, but as I say, no excuses. Denmark were by far the better team.
They were, and the emotion as well. That sometimes that emotion can kind of strangle a performance, can't it? And you wonder whether or not the emotion from the game against Russia was just going to weigh too heavy on them in terms of that burden. But they're kind of marching on with it and using it in such a positive way. And now that Wales are gone, I mean, they are literally everybody's second favourite team, aren't they?
Yeah, they are. They'll go to Baku next. The 15,000, 20,000 Danish fans in the stadium were magnificent. They carried their team as well. The Wales fans, the Danish fans and the team is galvanised. The emotion is a positive emotion they're playing with. They've done Christian Eriksen proud today. The team, you can see in their performance that they're playing for him, they're playing for their country, and you can tell that they fully deserve the caps. I'm disappointed for Wales, listen to that.
It's a fantastic atmosphere, fantastic stadium.
I'm just listening to former Wales player Robbie Savage. Said he was disappointed that Wales are out, but he's glad he doesn't have to go to Baku again, which is a fair comment.
This is a young squad. This is the third youngest average age squad in the tournament, and the older heads and the more experienced heads trying to bring those players up. You've got to really look at the players that Wales have got going forward, and hopefully in more tournament football. I mean, this is a real talent there.
Well, even though Wales' star, their current generation, Bale and Ramsey and Allen as well, are ageing, they do have some young players, I suppose. Ampadu, Harry Wilson, Neco Williams, all below 25. Daniel James as well as Chris Beffer. A few more players on the fringes of the squad too. It isn't over, but well. So Denmark through to the quarter-finals. And they'll play either the Netherlands or the Czech Republic. Czech Republic also featuring in Wales' future, because they'll be focusing on the 2022 World Cup qualifiers, where they're with Belgium, Belarus and Estonia. And Wales, well, you'd expect Belgium to win the group, so it's a battle between Wales and the Czech Republic for that playoff spot.
Working towards a goal on target, and that's a World Cup qualifier because we've not done it for so long.
You've got to be one time. You've got to be texting Gareth Bale and just giving him that space. Just come on, this is doable.
Yeah, no, it is doable. I've just got some names like Joe Morale, Danny Ward, Carl Roberts, Joe Rogan, Dan James. Like they've had excellent tournaments, as well as others. But I think they've been superb. And when you add in, Ryan Wembley, Joe Allen, and Ben Davis, there's a good team that can go forward and look up and do us in. Let's keep that player in there. And, let's see what can happen.
Anything can happen. Okay, more football on the way because it's Italy versus.
So, in about 5 minutes' time, I'll be with you for Italy v Austria. Just have a little break. Any last questions? Don't think so. So, I will see you then. Of course, a good so there are a big round of 16 games coming up soon. Just one more reminder, Italy v Austria is coming up, and then we have Belgium v Portugal, the Netherlands v the Czech Republic, France versus Switzerland, Croatia v Spain, England against Germany, and Sweden against Ukraine.
We'll see what happens between the Netherlands and the Czech Republic, but I'm pretty sure that Denmark this evening, I'm not trying to be too fearful of either of those two teams, both teams are accomplished, but I think with the momentum, something that we saw in 2016, momentum takes you a long way, and they have that right now.
That juicy fixture on the other side of the draw there, Belgium up against Portugal. You know what Belgium are like in Portugal?
Some massive games in there, and I think Belgium Portugal is one that highlights definitely. Croatia Spain is also going to be a really interesting tie, and obviously on the other side, Germany v England is going to be a massive game too. So it's turning into a really exciting tournament and into the knockout stages where everything is ultimately to play for.
When you mentioned Sweden and Ukraine, you and I were doing that on Tuesday night. I can't wait. I'm chomping at the bit right now. I can't wait to get stuck into my Ukraine stats. Mark, have you enjoyed Wales' journey over the last year?
It's been great. They should look back on it with great pride. There's such a learning experience that they're going to take with them out of it, certainly the young guys, and experiences that they hopefully will replicate in the future. But certainly if they don't, then they'll always remember.
Well, we've got time in here with us, Mark. Your realism, keeping us all grounded. Thank you very much, Carl and Ashley, for sharing so much of the insight into this wonderful Wales squad. Stay tuned right now for Italy, one of the final two teams of the tournament up against Austria.
So, I'll see you in about 2 minutes' time for Italy's game against Austria in Wembley Stadium, and looking forward to it. Wales, the first casualty of the knockout stages, a qualifying campaign that was successful, and That win against Turkey in Baku will live in the memory. And, as for Denmark, it's the other way round. A campaign that started with a bit of disaster. Of course, close to catastrophe. And on the football pitch. And off it. But they recovered. And have scored 4 goals twice in a row. See you in a minute for Italy.